Nail or beauty school was just the beginning, right? What on earth do you do now? Welcome to the Salon Success Podcast with Monaco Nail Academy. Our topics stretch beyond nails and into all things salon related, business, marketing, and social media, and at very least hits you with real, honest stories about our experiences. This isn't school, this is real life, real business, and really freaking hard work. The Salon Success Podcast is recorded live on Mondays at 5 p.m. New Zealand time via facebook.com/Monaco Nail Academy and available on Spotify and Google playlists. Before we get started, wherever you are, thumbs up, tag a friend in the comments or hit that share button and support small business. Ooh. So, hi guys, it's Jessie here from Monaco Nail Academy. And today for our Salon Success Podcast, I'm joined by Penny.
Hello.
So we're going to try a little bit of a new thing today on our podcast. So to kick things off, we would like to chat to you about real life as a nail tech. So let's jump right in and go around, the two of us, and talk about the hardest thing that we experienced running our salon this week.
What was yours?
I got a cabin, and sorry, did you hear that?
That's not the hardest
I got
thing,
a cabin, but it was. Wendy loves your hair.
Oh, thanks.
Hi, Wendy. The hardest thing was I was really sick, and I had lots of extra guests, and I couldn't get out to my cabin for at least 48 hours after it had been delivered.
Oh, that's so sad.
And it was really stressful, and I haven't been able to get out much since. And then I'm working today, and so I feel like after I've caught up from all that my husband didn't do in the house today, tomorrow morning, I still won't be able to get out to my cabin until like tomorrow afternoon. So I'm like, I've decorated a bit. You've seen it, haven't you?
I've seen it. It's beautiful.
I'm excited. So it's almost finished.
It's pink heaven.
Yeah, basically.
But like
fluffy heaven.
Not like bright pink, like millennial pink.
Blushes.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. What about you? What was your hardest thing?
Okay, so here's my thing that
sounds like you have a story.
Well, no, it's not a story. It's just I was thinking about this on the way here because I know what questions are coming up. Spoiler alert, we know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, I do clients every second week, right? And so I haven't had clients this week. I worked on dancing on Saturday, but I did like 2 people in the middle of the week, but that's not a big deal. So the thing that's on my mind at the moment is trying to find time to do stuff that pushes me while fitting in all my clients. So what got me thinking was one of the girls that I did nails for Dancing with Stars this week, I did some really fun tips so that she's got acrylic extensions that I didn't do. And then I backfilled them for her and we did French tips, but the tips were ombreing from between 6 different neon colors. So it was 80s.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was 80s week. There's a picture of them on my Instagram at Penny Lola Nail Artist.
The pigment ones.
Yeah,
they were pretty.
So fun. Okay, but here's the thing. And it's what got me thinking. But the thing is that if you look really closely at them, actually not even that closely, they are far from perfect. Like the corners of the French are rounded. They're not sharp. There's pigment in places I didn't want it to be. And so the thing is with dancing, when I work there, it's we're on very strict time limits. And I'm not really allowed to do anything too outrageous because the time limit and the budget and everything is really like strict. So it is more about what translates on camera. So with that particular set of nails, it didn't matter that the corners of the French are rounded and things like that, because you won't see that on camera. You're going to see the color.
I'm looking for, and I didn't even see that.
That's because I chose a good photo. But like, you would definitely pick it up though. Okay. Like if you saw them in person. And I mean, like the person wearing them, she was really happy with them. She's not particularly a bright color person, so she was like, oh my god, at least they're coming off next week, like, because she's not really into bright colors. But she was happy with the quality, and because she knows it just has to translate on TV. But it's when I was taking photos that it really got me thinking, it's so hard to find a balance. Like a lot of the stuff that I post on my Instagram, it's fine. But my clients that are regulars, they know what they can fit in to what their budget is. So for those of you listening, I charge by time at the moment, not really like by service. So I have lots of regulars who know that half an hour is $55 and an hour is $85 and an hour and a half is $115 and 2 hours is $145. So they will come in and go, I know what you're capable of in half an hour. Here's a really crazy design that I want you to do. And I will do as much as I can do in half an hour. But it doesn't,
That's a cool idea.
It always results in something they're happy with because they've got they know what to expect. But it doesn't always result in something I'm happy with, only because maybe I know that my line work could have been better, or I know that I had a really cool idea for the other nails, but we only had time for feature nails. And so what I've been doing this week is screenshotting super intense sets of nails. And I've booked out a 2.5 hour.
On the calendar.
Yes.
I was just like, who's she doing those crazy, amazing set of nails on?
I put in the calendar, what Jessie's saying is I put in the calendar for roughly once every 2 weeks, a 2.5 hour block that just says super amazing set of nails. And there's a few people that I'm going to offer them to, but I'm not really looking to make money from them, because what I'm going to do is I've been screenshotting these nails that I really love. And I'm going to pick a set of nails and then like message Jessie and go, do you want to wear these? And I've got a few people I know that like some of the royal family dancers, like I know that they can get away with wearing something that crazy.
I was just like, I'll look at them and say, no,
not really you. But like there's a few people I know that would really happily wear them who also don't necessarily have the budget to pay for them. So if I say this is what I want to do, will you wear it? Then I get to do something I'm challenged by and something that I'm proud to put on Instagram, while also like keeping my clients happy within their time budgets, but also pushing myself at least once a fortnight.
And also you're probably not going to get clients that have 2.5 hours money's worth to pay you, and who probably wouldn't push themselves to that crazy set of nails if they were paying for it. But if they're getting a free set of nails, sure, they're going to do it. So it means you can practice those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of clients who I know would, I'll show you later.
Okay, cool.
I have a couple of clients who I know would wear the stuff that I'm after. But I can't, it's the time thing you said, like they can only come after work, and my after works are fully booked.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. But so that's, I mean, I think both of us have pretty good hard things this week. Like if this is the hardest thing happening in our lives, then your cabin and my like too many clients is a pretty good problem. But I really want to be doing work that I'm really proud of, and sometimes I don't have the time to be as precise as I want to.
Yeah. And I was conscious when I said to you how like I just haven't been able to get out to my camera, because actually I have, because I showed you those photos of how I've decorated it. But for me, decorating is like so second nature to me, and it's like the easiest thing to me, and like I'm just like in my own little world doing it. So it was quick, and I had the vision and I did it. So the hardest part has actually been the fact that my cabin is going to be ready to use tomorrow afternoon, but I haven't had the time to sit down and do like the marketing side of things. And so I'm just like, oh crap, I've still got to do all of this before I can even tell people come get your nails done. And I'm just like, so I'm really conscious that like I'm spending this money on a cabin and I'm not even able to open it to clients because I've just been held back by so much.
So time is for both of us, women, time is our thing.
Being a woman is sometimes so flippin' hard, hey?
So we push ourselves in so many directions.
Yes, I think we have quite high expectations of ourselves. So if you're watching in the comments below, we would love to hear your highlights as well for this week. And
we went too far. We just talk. You're supposed to be. So we've got a little,
sorry.
not a script, but like some
that
notes.
was our challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry. We'd love to hear your hardest things, and we're going to go into the highlights. And while we're talking about the highlights, we would love to hear some of your highlights too. So we'll start with you, Penny. What was your highlight?
My highlight is how much I really freaking love working on dancing. I'm not allowed to talk about it too much. Like, I'm not really supposed to put on social media.
Is that why you're calling it dancing? Because it's like the Super Bowl. You can't actually say the word.
No, that's just because I'm lazy.
Okay. Because you know the word Super Bowl in America is like patented.
That's the same reason that we have non-disclosure agreements with the media work that we do, is because the shows are licensed to massive companies overseas. So anything on social media has to be approved. But with the media work that I'm currently doing, it's really effing fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun. The people that I work with are so fun. I like the pace of it. I like being around the buzz of so many creative people. And it's not, when I've been around that many creative people before, it's usually either been they're my staff and we're all creative because we're all nail techs, and that's not as, it's fun, but like I'm responsible for them. Or it's students.
You don't have to say for them. I'm responsible.
Or it's students and we're responsible for them. But in this case, I'm just a cog, and everyone is being creative and everyone is buzzing and everyone's working to put this puzzle
off each
together.
Other's creativity.
Yeah.
It's
just, I just really love it. Like every day that I'm there, it's
cool.
So fun. Yeah. But I'm not really allowed to talk about it.
I think it's sad if people don't have that in their career, if that makes sense. If they don't have those moments.
Yeah, I agree. But like sometimes, because I work all day on a Saturday, and I think, oh gosh, I'm like, everyone else is out having fun kind of thing. But then I get there, and an hour after I'm there, I think, if I love this job.
Yeah.
I just really love it.
That's
Hopefully
good.
I've not said too much to get in trouble, because what if I spend this time saying like, I love this job, and then I don't have it anymore. But it's
in that
really
one sentence,
fun.
You screwed it up.
Yeah, it's just really fun. I really, really love it. And everyone on the crew talks about how much they love everyone on the crew. And it's
cool.
just really, it's fun.
Yeah, I understand the buzzy type atmosphere and how you can like feed off it, and it just makes everything feel so good, and like lucky to have your job. And
so can I guess your highlight of the week?
Oh yeah, sure.
It wouldn't happen to be your cabin, would it?
It wasn't throwing up, that was for sure. Yeah, it was my cabin, but specifically decorating my cabin.
I love decorating.
Same. Well, you are a interior designer. I'd love to do interior design.
I'm qualified, but
there's something like, for me, I feel like I did a market stall once with a friend, Des, and we were just selling like cushions. And for me, something that like makes me giddy inside is like material, like touching and stroking different materials and the different patterns that you have on material. So I just love like layering and texture and stuff. So for me, I was in my happy place throwing things around my nail room.
Oh, you need to do my couch then.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that's probably the bit. Fabric is what I'm least comfortable with.
Well, what I would love about that is Hayden's not going to be there swearing at me for having too many throw cushions.
No. Everybody here loves a good throw cushion.
Every woman loves a good throw cushion. Like, it just makes a room feel so cozy and homely.
Yep.
You take away the throw cushions and you take away the life of a room.
Like, I want to laugh at you, but really I'm laughing at how much I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, my kids, like, I was done with throw cushions at one point, and I, like, took them all out of the room because they just are always on the floor, like, always. And I was like, right, you guys don't even use them. We're done with them. And I took them out. I felt like I lived in a hospital.
Yeah.
Like, it was so sterile.
Do you have matching or not matching?
I have coordinating.
Yeah, but not matching, right? Like, I don't have any two pillows the same.
Oh, I do, yes. On my bed, I have 2 yellow pillows.
That can be forgiven.
Yeah. My lounge still needs work because
I'd be so sad if any part of my house didn't need work, though, because I like doing it. Like, what if I finished my house? That would be devastating.
Well, somebody said to me, why don't you go and, like, buy one of these new Kiwi-built houses? And I'm like, oh, no.
No thanks.
Like, they're so boring. Yeah. No, I want to, like, get a crappy old house and do it up. And that, to me, is, like, giving me life.
Yeah.
So, Wendy, I know you're one of our viewers. What was your highlight this week?
I like sharing.
But we want to hear what your Wendy is one of our students, so she is training with us at the moment. So we'd love to hear one of your wins maybe this week. So
do you want me to do this one?
Yes.
So something that we like to do around here at Monaco is one-ups. So a one-up takes the idea of constant improvement and makes it basically bite-sized. Because like clients are impressed by a salon that they can see constant improvement in, and that's quite daunting, I think. But a one-up is doing one small thing every fortnight so that improvement is consistent, but it's still achievable. So, I mean, you're cheating a little bit, Jessie, because you have a giant-ass cabin. But let's assume the cabin's finished. What one-up do you have planned next?
Possibly, well, I guess by the time the cabin's finished, I'll be equipped for doing luxury manicures because I have my hot towel warmer as of yesterday or Saturday.
Fun.
But from there on, I think something I'd love to introduce is paraffin dip. Something else I'd love to introduce.
You have to only pick one because it's your next one.
My next, it would either be that or introducing wet pedicures. Does that make sense to everybody? So, like, actually soaking their feet. Yeah.
What is mine going to be? Like, I like this segment of the new, like, what we're doing with the podcast really now, ladies, is... no, but you're not in that one. Okay, what we're doing with this is trying to like segment the podcast a little bit, and I did not put thought into this one, but that's why I like this segment, because it's going to make us think of our one-up. Yeah. It's going to force us to do a one-up every week or fortnight. So I'm kind of like, well, we're sitting at my desk at the moment, so my shelf is a little bit empty because most of my stuff is boxed up at the moment for travel, but I don't know. Actually, I think mine might be scent related. So when I'm trying to consider one-ups, I often will think of the 5 senses.
Well, I take mine back then because that's what I'm considering.
Oh, you can't take it back. But I think actually maybe I'm going to get a diffuser for this room that I can use.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And we can use it anytime, because we're in the training studio.
Can I use it on manis and pedis on my luxury manicures day?
Yeah, of course you can. I have so many oils at home, and I just think it might be, that's my thing. I'm going to go, because Kmart has diffusers now. When diffusers were like new and trendy, they were hundreds of dollars. Holy moly. And then I saw one on Kmart for like $15-20 the other day. So I might order that.
My mate has it, and it's good.
And you guys can hold me to it. If you're listening to this at any point in the next week, hold me to it and ask me if I've ordered my diffuser yet. That's going to be my one-up.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've just got all these things that I can add. Like, yes, people are going to see me in my new cabin, but the cabin aside, there's lots of new things I can now add because I'm in my own space.
I think the key with yours and what people can learn from is to slow down, because so one thing that I often recommend to people in terms of one-ups is if you buy, like, sometimes new colors come in collections, so you get 6 new colors at a time, and clients are excited by new colors, not 6 new colors. They're excited by new colors. So I usually will release 2 at a time, so I get 3 one-ups out of that purchase. So for you, because you've got so many things, like, it's actually kind of almost like, and you won't do this, it's too exciting, but like if you kept a throw pillow in the house, kept something in, like, keep a few things. No, I know that you can't, but if you kept a few of your little bits and pieces away from the cabin and added 1 a fortnight, that's your one-up done, you know?
That's cool, because it's almost like your one-up is just a talking point.
Yeah. Because they notice. Because nail people are visual people. So they're going to walk in and be like, oh my God, what did you change? Like, my clients do that all the time.
Well, I am making a macrame pink knotted wall hanging. And I know...
Macrame cord is so expensive.
Well, it's not cord, it's just wool. It's like a fake macrame.
It's
but
still cool,
that's not going to be done before I open it. So
so that'll be a one-up.
I wouldn't have thought of that. So that'll be a one-up.
It's new stimulation for any of the 5 senses. So that's a visual one-up, and then you can have sounds and tastes and smells and feel, which is like comfort. Yeah.
I'm just going to go back to Wendy's highlight, if that's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
So Wendy, her highlight for this week was doing a French manicure dip and also adding furniture to your studio. So those are 2 exciting things. I love French dipping, and we're
French obviously all about interior design on this nail podcast.
Clearly, we like the furniture. And also one of her frustrating moments, had quite a number of frustrating moments though, trying to master picking up the correct bead ratio. So I just did that with the students today, and they were frustrated too, and that is totally normal.
Maybe that's something that you or one of us could do as a live stream for the Novice and Grads Facebook group this week, so that we can, because I'm sure there's other people as well. If you guys are watching live, or even if you're listening to this later on, let us know one of your one-ups that you've got coming up, because I think that if we all share ideas, like no one's going to go, oh my God, Jessie got a throw pillow, so no one cares. Like, share ideas, one-ups are one-ups. We also love the competition free zone here at Monaco, where we can support and build up our peers instead of seeing them as competition to be feared or fought. We've actually done a full podcast episode on the idea of the competition free zone before.
Definitely.
So what I thought we could do each week is a quick shout out. So Jessie, who can you think of that you could shout out this week? I have one.
Okay, go while I'm thinking.
I just really bloody love Miss Bliss. Yeah, Mel is just the coolest. So technically, we are direct competitors with Mel from Miss Bliss. Yeah. But I'm just really happy to count her as a friend. And I'm not just shouting her out because I think she's I consider her a friend. But she's just cool. She's just really appreciative of things. And she's always nice, but without being she's assertive and kind at the same time. I just really think she's cool. So I think you guys should go and find Miss Bliss on Instagram and Facebook. She's in Christchurch, so I think her books are closed at the moment, but she's wonderful. So that's my shout out for this week.
She's not just distribution. She's
training and distribution, and she does clients as well, and has 2 kids. Crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Who are you liking to watch at the moment? Like maybe one of our students.
Well, I was just about to say, can I do a student?
Yeah, please do.
Well, I kind of feel unfair if I don't shout all 3 of them out. So we have Rincey Lawrence, Tara Almond, and Eden Percy with us this week. And I don't think students believe me when I say things like, my first overlay were really bulbous and horrendous.
Yeah, no, they never believe us.
And their overlays today were so beautiful, and they were still a little bit critical of themselves, even though they were really good at being proud of themselves too. There were things they were just like, yeah, they were good, but I still need to work on this. And I'm like, yeah, I told you need to work on this. But other than that, I was so proud to be the one that taught you how to do that. And you should be so proud that your models walked out looking like that.
Did any of them have Instagram or Facebook? Do you know?
Not that I know of at the moment.
Did you put any of them on the Instagram stories today? I'm just trying to think of how people that are listening can go see what they've been doing.
I haven't posted the Instagram stories today yet, but I have them ready to put through. So I will tag them.
Instagram, Monaco Nail Academy, you can go and see what these girls have been up to.
And you can get quite a lot of the shout outs on Monaco Nail Academy. We are shouting out our students that have learnt here and things. So I'm really enjoying
all about
that.
The shout out. I just really like friends.
Yeah.
I don't like people, but I do like friends.
It's not often, especially being up in here in Auckland, that you get a girl that lives like on the same road as you. And that's the only way I would sort of put another student or another nail tech in competition with me, especially in Auckland.
I still wouldn't.
Because like there's just so many people that want their nails done, and Auckland is so huge, and everybody offers something different. Competition is such wasted energy.
Yeah.
And all it does is create conflict, and it does more harm than it does good. I don't understand it.
So I challenge you guys to do a shout out this week. You can do it in the comments of our podcast, or just do it on your Instagram, on your Facebook, share someone else's work, tag them in, tag us in so we can like it and follow them as well.
Yeah.
But just spread the love.
And sorry to interrupt you. What I love about that idea is that actually you're creating content for your page. So there might be nights where you're like, oh, well, I've had a really sort of quiet week and I didn't really get a good enough photo to post that. So posting other people's work gives you content for your page, and also shows the world that you have integrity and you're working in a competition-free zone and you're a nice person.
Yeah. And that tip is actually on our 25 things to do on social media this month, which you can, if you message our Facebook page, we can send you the new PDF that we put together earlier in the week, 25 things to do on social media this month.
That's
and that's
brilliant.
One of them. So before we continue on with the podcast, we want to just take a quick quote unquote ad break to chat about the classes that we're running at the moment. So our nail tech classes are accessible to everyone, both in New Zealand and actually overseas as well, through our Tech Booster video lessons. They're a mix of pre-recorded demos and live interactive video calls with your educator. And that means that even from miles away, we actually work with you as you practice and guide you through your client sessions. So you can check out all classes at www.monaco.ac.nz. But while you consider looking at the website, we want to move on to our weekly mini topic of the week. So the one that I thought we could start with is revenue streams. More just as a conversation starter, really. So a revenue stream is a way that you can make money. So examples would be retail, your primary services, nail art upsells, wine and cheese nights, even kindy events. So we partnered with a childcare center for a while, and once a month did a mum's event. So Jessie, what are your current revenue streams?
Clients.
Just clients?
I am doing a couple of mobile bookings. I do like to do girls' nights mobile, and the reason I do girls' nights is because I want to
children or adults?
Adults.
Adults.
I want to make my mobile trip worth it, so I sort of don't go anywhere unless there's 4+ people. When
I was first starting out, I had 3 or 4 groups that were the same. So every second Thursday, I went out to Papakura and did a group of 6 ladies, and they would all come together, and they loved it because some of them would bring their kids, and it was fine because it was a friend's house. So all the kids went out and played, and some didn't bring their kids. But there's 5 or 6 ladies there. There's probably 8 in the group, but 5 or 6 came each fortnight. And we only stopped doing it because the host had a baby and it was trickier to organize.
Changes, hey?
Yeah, but and it was her 3rd child, but it was, a newborn, and it was too tricky for a bit. So
they screw everything up. Just kidding.
But that sort of work is so good, especially if you want to do mobile work. The more the merrier.
Well, I know that as a Monaco Nail Academy, we've done play dates and wine and cheese nights before. But that just, when I saw that, that got me thinking oh, well, maybe when I actually bring my paraffin dip in, I could just have a wine and, I would do sparkling grape juice and cheese night.
To be honest, though, that's so much yummier.
Yeah. And have everybody do a paraffin dip for free. That's just something, but it would mean that people know that this is a service I use and this is how it
You're
feels.
You're actually not allowed to give wine anymore.
Oh.
So the law changed a couple of years ago.
You're actually not allowed to dip people's...
No. So I don't know if you noticed, because we didn't make a big deal about it, but we changed our wine and cheese nights to nails and nibbles.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to give wine anymore.
Well, technically everybody's driving home from here, so really you're distributing alcohol and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, you're distributing alcohol anyway. You're selling alcohol if you sell them anything that night, because it's part of the service you provided.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't be offering one anyway. But yeah,
but for the people listening, just since we mentioned wine and cheese nights, like, yeah, we specifically call our play dates nails and nibbles. But like we used to do, like wine, cheese, and nail art pens, wine, cheese, and pigments, but no, can't do that anymore. So
something I think that might be good to think about with this as well is what's your current retail? Like, what are you actually selling on the side of your nails? Like, do you sell hand creams? Do you sell cuticle oils?
P.S. Hi, Rachel.
Maybe you could sell your essential oils. Like, you know.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Because the what's the one? Let me check. doTERRA. That's like
you could become a doTERRA.
It's like Avon, right? So
yeah.
You could be selling those.
It's a direct sales business.
Yeah. You can do things like, I mean, a revenue stream could also be one day a week that you do in a salon, or like Jessie does 1 day a week teaching. Also though, just selling stuff through your website. Like Jessie said, mobile bookings, like I've talked about tonight, media work, like there's so many things. Like, do you have anything in the pipeline that you're going to add as another revenue stream for yourself, Jessie?
I would possibly think about doing another service later on, like a different beauty service. Like I feel like wine. I feel like nails and eyes go well together, but I definitely don't feel ready. I need to get on top of my nails.
Here's my thing with that, because shocking, Penny has an opinion. So I know that Shell and Mariah have just started adding spray tans and stuff, and I support that. But I want everyone to consider the whole jack of all trades, master of none. Like, if you are confident with what you're already offering, absolutely offer another thing. However, a lot of the people that we talk to, when they say they're going to add another thing, it's because they're not making enough money from nails. So they go, well, there's not really enough clients for nails, so I'm going to start doing lashes. No. If you were the best nail technician in your town, don't care how small your town is, there'd be enough money. There'd be enough clients. You wouldn't need to add lashes. Like, I have clients drive from an hour and a half away to come to me, so they're coming from small towns. You know, people will drive for quality. But so when you've mastered it, then go do another thing. Don't be average at two things. That's not going to make you money. So
don't take it on to get more money. Take it on because you would like a new challenge and a new creative outlet, and something fun to add.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you know what one of my most fun revenue streams was to start? Was my e-commerce. When I started selling stuff online.
Oh yeah. So
like when I first ever did
I know nothing.
Well, it's pretty easy. Like, if you have made your own website on like Shopify or Squarespace, or what are the other ones called? Wix, WordPress, like all those things. You can make your own website for free or very, very cheap. And most of those you can add in e-commerce, which means you can sell stuff online. And so that can just be your cuticle oil, your, you know what?
I've got something else I want to sell. My silicone rings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can so you sell your cuticle oil, your lotion, you can sell traditional polish, you can sell whatever you want to sell that works in with your business, your oils, whatever. Put them on your website. And the most fun I ever had was the first time I ever came back from the movies and had made a sale.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd made a few sales of stuff during working hours, but then I went to the movies and I came back and I had a "you've got an order" email, and I was like, oh my god, I made money at the movies.
But even though you'd spent time like setting that up, it still then becomes like residual income almost.
Yes.
Because you were sitting in the movies and somebody was buying something from you.
Yeah. It was so fun. And I mean, it wasn't exactly millions of dollars, but it was so fun. And I'm actually so glad that I just thought of that, because now we ship out heaps of orders every day. So I haven't thought of that moment for a really long time. And sometimes it's like how we see little kids and we think they're so like pure. Like they get excited over these things that we take for granted. And I think maybe I'm a little bit like that with orders now. Like I am grateful for them all. I get really excited over a big order or a big orders day. But that first time I ever made money while I was at the movies,
that first time you ever made $2.37 profit was the best.
Yes, the first time that a stranger ever called to book in, terrifying, but also really
I find
exciting.
it really scary to meet new clients.
Yeah. Definitely. So I think in terms of revenue streams for me, I'm focused more at the moment on like refining them more than adding new ones. So I'm pretty happy with my clients in terms of like I've got quite a good solid base of regulars. Although actually I don't really push retail on them, even though we have a wholesale, like I'm sitting in our wholesale distribution center, if you want to call it that, like I could sell them so much stuff and I just don't.
What were you selling? What was the first thing you made a sale on?
What, that one while I was at the movies?
Yeah.
Don't know. It would have
cuticle oil.
It would have been like oil and files or something silly like that.
Okay.
Or it might have actually been like I think when I first did it, I had candles and lotions and stuff.
That's cool.
That were in little gift baskets. So maybe it was something more like that, because I know that it wasn't a superficial amount of money. Don't remember, but it was fun though.
You remember the feeling.
Yeah, I remember exactly where I was. I was sitting on the small couch under the window in my lounge, picked up my laptop to check if I had any emails, and there was that order, and I was like, yes. Whoa. Because my business was, I mean, it's still small, but millions. It was way smaller. So I was like, this person knew who I was. Like,
how did they like find you? That's
no
exciting.
idea. It's so exciting, right? And it was like maybe 7 years ago now. But
that's cool.
Yeah. So we're all in this together, right? Like not just me and Jessie, but you guys that are listening, those of you watching live, those of you that aren't even listening to this ever. But the beauty of Monaco is that we are a community of nail techs, not just like a haphazard mix of individuals. We really feel like we're like a family, our staff, our students, you guys. Like, so while we are in this together, what we want to do is keep each other accountable with one quick fire question each week that keeps us on our toes. So, Jessie, do you know, based on your current rate of growth, when you'll need to register for GST?
Get lost. Isn't it 14 when I get close to the? Is it a dollar amount? Is that what you? So kind of. I don't want to know your dollar amount, but you register for GST when your revenue, your big number, hits 60. I think it's 60 or 65, but $60,000 a year. So when the amount you make a year from nails is $60,000, you have to register for GST. So let's say that you make $10,000 right now a year, just for shits and gigs. And last year you made $5,000. Then that means that you doubled from last year to this year, right? Yeah.
So next year, based on the same factor, you would
want to be 20.
You'd be on 20, and then you'd be on 40. So you'd be saying, well, I don't think I'm going to be GST registered for 3 years. But then also, if you suddenly maybe say,
is there
like
something that's like a good number of years to register, or do you want to try and not? Like,
no, I don't think you do want to try and not. Although that is kind of, there's two sides to that argument. I think
it's almost like making a loss is great because you don't have to pay tax, but making a loss isn't great for your business
because you didn't make any money.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's the thing with GST is, when you register for GST, you then have to pay the IRD 15% of every single dollar that you make, right? But the idea is that, like, they're not asking for 15% of your money. They're asking you to pass on their 15% bill. that you've never passed on before. So you are supposed to put your prices up 15% and give them
okay.
You are basically acting as a retailer for the IRD. So you are taking money for them. They're not charging you, they're charging the customer, and you are
So that's why
them.
sometimes you just add GST onto a sale rather than having it in your price, because you're saying
you always add it on, because your price is your price, and the government is going, okay, well, we need you to collect some stuff for us, and this is the easiest way to do it, is if it's just 15%. So when you are saying, is there like, should you avoid it? I mean, not really, because you would want to, well, most people would want to make as much money as possible. But when you hit 60,000, you will have to put your prices up 15%. And we've talked a lot about how when you put your prices up, you also want to show that same amount of value increase. And it's really hard to show a 15% value increase when you're not keeping that money. So when I did it, when I had to do it, I knew I was getting close to GST. And this is why our accountability question is, do you know when you'll have to register for GST? Because we knew that we were likely to register for GST within the following year.
I honestly thought it was like, I don't know why I thought it was 14,000.
No, so nope. Not 14, I'm pretty sure it's 60, but it might be 65. But so we knew we were probably going to have to register within the next year. So about 6 months before we had to register, we did a price increase for other reasons.
That's good.
And just made sure we put it up enough that GST would be absorbed. And so we factored in it quite early. So that's
why you want them to be aware of it.
Yeah. And in Salon Success, How to Set Your Prices, which is one of our online modules that we refer to quite a lot because it is really handy, it actually recommends that you factor GST in right from the start, and that you put that 15% to either building your business, decorating your cabin, buying a new lot of colors, like really one-off purchases that really push your business forward, but that won't have to happen again. So you factored in the 15% from the start. You're not going to miss it when it comes out because your costs were covered by the other 85%, but your clients don't have to go through a price increase for no reason later, and you get this extra money that you use for the business. But so
which is doing one-ups, which then shows your clients why you're putting the prices up.
Exactly.
So it all like recycles.
It all comes all back together.
How to Set Your Prices is kind of genius.
It's everyone's favorite once they know it. So that's your little thought moment for the day, is to try and just consider, like, do you know when you're going to need to register? How are you going to go around it? That sort of thing. So just before we wrap up, we just want to take a minute to remind you about our nail tech classes, which are accessible to everyone, both in New Zealand and overseas, through our Tech Booster video lessons. They are a mix of pre-recorded demos and live interactive video calls with your educator, and that means that even from miles away, we work with you as you practice, and we can guide you through your client sessions. So you can check out our classes at www.monaco.ac.nz. And with that done and dusted, before you disappear, please like our page or follow the podcast so that you don't miss the next episode. We will be back next week just after 5 p.m. on Monday. But until then, check out Jessie at
Shine Nail Design NZ.
So all
one word.
No punctuation. Shine Nail Design NZ on Instagram and Facebook. And I am Penny Lawler Nail Artist on Facebook and Instagram as well. So feel free to shout yourselves out in the comments. And otherwise, we will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week, ladies. Bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye.